I did not.
I'm sorry, Will.
That's
I
cool.
apologize.
I walked into it. It's fair.
You had no idea.
Nope, nope, nope. If I get to fall for a Bart Simpson joke, it's totally fair game.
Hey, feel free to get anybody else that you want with it. So a lot of us have gotten caught, man. It's all right.
So yeah, it's cool. And then there's more black people on the other streets, so there's decent number out there.
My neighborhood's not very diverse, I think, now that I think about it.
I think ours are all like the Fresh Prince blacks.
What is that?
That's Bel Air. They all
they're
act
all
like
rich.
white.
Oh, got it. I have a Japanese neighbor.
Ooh.
Yeah, full blown, like from Japan Japanese, not like from California.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's sort of like.
He's very polite, but very judgy.
What has he judged you on?
My yard.
Oh,
Yeah.
But it's getting worked on.
Probably not until July.
Oh. They just
Yeah.
kind of give you the plans, or?
We have not gotten the actual designs yet.
Oh. Will you get it before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to approve it. Run it past the HOA.
Oh, we have to do that too. I didn't know if you'd have to.
Dude, my HOA will approve anything because my yard is such a shit show. So they'll be like, wow, he's going to do something about it? Fucking sweet. So
We're supposed to pay $50 every time to submit.
fuck that. I'll just do it.
Yeah. Anytime you make any changes to your yard, you're supposed to do it. And I'm just like, that ain't happening. So
Yeah, yours is weird, man. How many houses are in your HOA?
I don't know.
See, that might be the problem. If you have like 100 of them,
Oh, we got more.
that sucks.
Way
That
more.
fucking sucks. Then that's when they start getting tyrannical on you.
We're-
So-
I guess there's fine. I haven't seen it, but there's a electronic petition to reduce the number of trees down to one.
Okay.
And because right now everyone's supposed to have 3 trees in the front yard,
Yeah.
and
Fuck that.
yeah,
Yeah. So
and like one of the guys on our neighborhood worked for the water department out there. And he's like, they keep telling you to plant 3 trees, and they're like, you need to have one like here, and everyone has to choose their front yard is designed so that the water line goes right through the middle of their yard, and they keep telling everybody keep planting trees. They're like,
oh, you mean their sewer line?
the main
utilities?
water line to
Yeah,
your
okay.
house. And they're just like, everyone keeps planting trees, and so when these things freaking grow, they're gonna just rip all these things to
Yeah, that happened to
yeah.
us last year. So we had to replace our sewer pipe. It
Like,
broke.
this is so stupid.
You know what that reminds me of is I think they used to have that same. I don't think they had a rule for it, but I think they just had a plan when they did that. So like we go down that way, right? And you get to those people who, instead of me, where the rear of my house faces that street, you got the people whose front of their house is facing this street, North Carolina, right?
Like they're
Oh yeah, just down there.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
where John used to live.
And further down,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
but-
Yeah,
but,
you're right. Yeah.
But there's a lot of places out there where it seemed like they had a lot of that same sort of like tree by the front corner kind of thing when they built the houses.
So when they built the houses here, and I don't know if you know the story, but the city actually came in and planted all the trees.
Okay. See, that's also why if you go out there, the sidewalks are fucking
jagged.
they're like the road to Mordor because like if you're gonna ask where I biffed it all the time running, it was there. Because the trees would push all these rocks up.
Yeah.
Like you could see it happening.
Yeah. And they've told us everybody has to have one tree in the middle of those, between the sidewalk and the street. And it's just like, stop
Oh,
it.
really? In that little patch?
Yep.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yep. So
So
the
dumb.
sidewalks are gonna get wrecked whenever those trees grow.
Yeah, just-
if our trees grow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's.
I don't know, everybody's
Yeah.
trees just die out there too. So.
I know. Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to like drive to where there's still natural habitat. Do you see trees?
No.
Right. So.
Well, so you could okay. you could plant a weed tree with a tree.
Yeah.
Not that, but I mean, it's like those are from this environment.
You plant tumbleweeds. There you go.
Yeah.
But it
So,
must have
yeah.
a 1.5 inch diameter and a canopy for them to officially call it a
A
tree.
tree and a canopy, huh?
I just like if there's something plastic, I would love to see you put that out there.
Get one of those inflatable palm trees. So,
1.5 inch.
no,
Canopy.
This is a 3-inch. Yeah.
Because I mean, what's their definition of canopy? How much canopy does it have to have?
I don't know. And then the other guy was complaining. He's like, but I think it only says that it needs those requirements if it's a live tree. So if you leave your dead tree because it wasn't diseased,
Plant a
I
fucking
think
tree,
you
bro.
can
I
leave
dare
it.
you. Yeah.
He's like, they have to
Plant
come
a
out
fence
and
post.
prove
Yeah.
that it was diseased.
It was a tree. Yeah.
Fucking like nail some branches. Spray paint it green.
Oh, my kids would love, neighborhood kids would love to decorate a tree.
You get in so much trouble.
As soon as the rain washes it off, they're just like, oh, there's a new tree. Oh, that would be fun. I would definitely get letters for that. I mean, I got letters for leaving my basketball hoop out on the street.
Dude, I hear people get in trouble in some of these places because some fucking loser in the neighborhood is watching to see if packages have been left on your porch for more than 3 hours.
Who does this?
I've never heard
I've
of
heard
that.
that there are some places where they're strict about leaving
Oh.
packages on. And they'll time you. They'll be like, that shit's been on
Those
there.
are
It's like,
people who do not have enough free time. Or, I mean, have way too much free time. That's what I'm looking for.
I think everyone in my neighborhood has gotten a letter for something, so I think everyone hates.
Yeah, see, and if you've got hundreds of homes in your HOA, that's the fucking problem right there. So ours has got 30 in it. And so I know most of the people in it, and if someone's going to give me shit about my yard, it's like, well, you can come over and fix it. So I know where you live. So there's not like, some roving patrol, like going around checking houses.
Oh,
every
we have a
day.
roving patrol.
See, that's bullshit.
There's
Ours, like,
specific
yeah.
are out there. They come up and take pictures and do all this.
oh, you should never identify what car it is.
I think they actually have like an actual.
It's your
Oh,
HOA.
my God.
Yeah, is it like a
we
police
have a-
badge?
We have like a name of
Or is it an eagle? Is it like clutching something? That it should be?
your baby child.
Right. Well, I was thinking something a little bit more
I know what
symbolic,
you were
but
thinking, like, kind of like a square, but not really a
it's
square.
kind of a janky square.
Yeah, it's kind of like the skeleton of a square if you think about it.
It's the beginnings of a square.
Yeah.
If a square had a frame, it would.
Well, yeah, you're right. It turns into a diamond really easily.
It turns into the Windows logo real fast.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. And it's kind of weird sometimes where I don't know if this has happened to you. You're just sitting there like at a meeting, right? And you're not really doodling. You're just kind of like scratching it. Every now and then something comes out that kind of looks like that. You're
It
like,
kind of does, yeah.
like, I didn't mean to.
I didn't mean to do that, yeah. So, God, I haven't doodled in decades. So
Really?
really,
Not
yeah.
even just like absentmindedly.
Dude, I don't write. So my handwriting's gotten so fucking awful.
Your daughter never wanted you to draw her something?
I've drawn her stuff. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
Because
Yeah.
I definitely started drawing more. 'Cause my
I
kids-
drew her this badass treasure map. So
Oh.
on like this old wrinkly paper that I had. So it was
That's
pretty
cool.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, that's super creative. Did you burn the edges and stuff too?
Yeah. Yeah. And I left it in the back of my car for a while too to sort of get even more yellow.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
I don't remember why I did that.
Oh, it wasn't for her?
It was.
Oh, okay.
So I can't remember the occasion though. There was some kind of occasion.
what
where
was
she
actually
needed a
being
treasure
buried?
map. Yeah.
Maybe that doesn't matter. I think the fact that the opportunity was there was more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had an island with a skull. So
It was, yeah.
obviously called Skull Island. Yeah.
Right.
Did you have to like blow off a box to find your pencils and like?
No. I think I used. No, I know where my Prismacolors are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the same box set that you got in like 1994. huh?
Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
I got a new box.
Yeah. We got.
Well, in college?
Well, I had one then, and then I got one few years ago.
Yeah.
Because they had a Prismacolor like basic that was like 48. They had a Prismacolor Extreme, which was like the black box.
I had the black box.
And then they had one more that was like
monster.
Prismacolor Absurd, and it was I only saw it once. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, but my company gives me health and wellness, so I was like,
pencils.
Well, yeah, my daughter actually like uses stuff.
Health and wellness.
I get $1,000 for
Oh, that's
health and wellness.
Yeah,
that includes like Xbox controllers, and, VR sets.
I get that. It's called a salary. That's kind of cool, though.
It's really cool.
I just give you the $1,000. Yeah, give me the $1,000.
But actually, it's worth because it makes me spend it on something that's not bill related and stuff. So it's like, oh, my kids want the $300 Goku Xbox controller. Sure.
Buy that.
A couple years ago, now he doesn't even use it.
I bought my daughter a really nice one. She doesn't use it either. So.
Do you use it?
I could,
but
it's hers, so she just doesn't use it.
Is it pink?
No, it's a really nice blue one that's got like this tactical skin on it.
Does it have the paddles and all these kind of things?
It does have the paddles.
Yeah, I don't know how to use those things. Like, there's so many things to be clicking with those. I'm like, dude, no. I just want.
It's just the 4 face buttons mapped down here.
Yeah,
right?
that's all it is.
It's weird though, right? Because if basically if you're X, Y, A, B, you've always been using this for your thumb, right? Mm-hmm. You say, all right, well, logically this should be no problem. X here, Y, A, B, right? Doesn't work that way.
You don't have to use them though.
No, you don't. You don't. You absolutely don't. But I mean, as far as look, there's a reason they're there, and it's absolutely genius. Where it's like, well, you never have to take your thumb off the right thumbstick to press the face button. So I'm like, okay, so if this matters to you, right, that's cool.
You just have to rewire your brain.
It's very tough.
That's very difficult.
Because that's the thing is, even though you can get the layout, right, you have sort of like an automatic response.
Default is always,
and it's one thumb, not two.
This hand does not ever control those.
Never. Yeah.
No, it's just stability only. Yeah. So to keep controller from hitting floor. So yeah. No, like I still use an Xbox One controller whenever I play anything that's controlled. But I gotta tell you, man, if I play a shooter or anything where the keys are mapped different than how I learned them back when I used to play fucking Halo, I am useless.
They don't let you just like automatically like every game has to let you reprogram.
Of course, yeah. Okay. So, but like
those first few
go, it takes me a while to figure out. Okay, what do they think default is? This happened to me last time when we fired up Cyberpunk. I was sitting there playing it. I'm like, I am retarded. And I was like, I can't remember how to do anything. And then it was just like, two settings over, it was like, oh, here's Modern Warfare settings. Okay, great. Yeah. We're good now.
But really, with those games, like, I can get it. It's going to be one of two sets. So in Halo, I always change the default setting to Boxer anyway.
I remember Boxer. Yeah.
Because I wanted the thump you button over here on the top left trigger. And
the melee
grenade down here on B. And it's either going to be one of those two things. It's either that or it's aim down sight games. And I can figure out which one of those two it is in a second.
Yeah. So. It takes me a little bit longer. So
it would take me forever.
Well, you don't play as much though. I mean I am I'm sort of fumbling my way through so I picked up Kingdom Come Deliverance for
$7.
All
right.
Is that DC? No.
Oh no. This is a medieval.
Yeah. Okay.
1400s medieval story.
Okay.
It's good. I mean, I see why everybody likes it. It is as janky as everyone says.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
I've heard that.
But it is fun. But that being said, I don't really do well with first-person medieval controls.
Those are weird, man.
Where you're swinging, you're like, oh, okay, well, swing the sword like this, and there's just something to it that's always like, was the 1400s always underwater?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
all they used was foam swords, right?
Yeah.
This thing has the heft of a wiffle bat.
Everybody moves slowly.
Yeah.
Everybody just looks and talks like they have a degenerative brain disease. You know, it's just, it is what it is.
First person's so fucking weird in that genre. So it's just, it takes a lot of getting used to. So
It does.
it's been a while
Yeah.
since I've played a first person sword swinging game.
But if they make it with Vikings, they attack like furiously.
Well, that's like cartoon shit.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh, who are these Vikings you're talking about?
I don't know. I could have swore I saw a commercial for a game that looked like it was Vikings and stuff, and they were doing fast, crazy attacks and all this kind of stuff.
Well, Vikings are kind of big. They've been big for a while.
But I have not.
I don't think
seen
I've ever played a Viking game.
What are you talking about?
Haven't I?
We played a crappy one.
Which one was that?
We played Rune.
Oh no, we played
We
Valheim.
played Valheim.
That was not a crappy
That was a
game.
fun
That
game.
was a great game.
But it was also not a first-person game
No, it was not a first person game.
because it would have been janky as shit.
Yeah, but you're right. Rune was you're right. That was a Viking game.
So it was a particularly dumb Viking game. But also, I mean, it came from the era of dumb computer games. So
There were a lot of done computer games back then.
that's
It was one of many Quake clones out there. So,
right.
Right.
So right at like the 90s.
Like mid 90s.
No.
What, Rune?
Mid-90s? No, man, we were talking about this, the perception of years. That shit was 2005, 2006.
What? I thought I played that at Surf and Play.
Wait,
Or,
Quake was way older than
Quake.
No.
What?
Are you nuts?
I thought Quake was like around
Dude, I definitely played
when
Quake
I
at
graduating.
Q-Zar.
Yeah, I could have swore that was.
We
like-
definitely
did, but so you're saying, okay, you graduated when? 1996, right? That's around when it came out.
Yeah. That's
Quake 1.
Yeah. Quake
Well, that's
1.
what I thought you were talking time
Yeah.
frame.
Well, no, okay, so keep in mind, like Duke Nukem 3D and stuff came out around 1996 too, okay? Quake's like 1996, 97, that era.
No, I was definitely in high school when that
Yeah.
came out. I was definitely in high school.
When the demo came out, the full game did not come out. It was 96.
It might have been a demo. Yeah, it might have
Maybe
been a demo.
like 96, because that's right around that time.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, that's not
that's not
2005.
yeah, that's not 2005. So,
Right, but here's the thing: is they were fucking around making like total conversions and mods of that game.
Oh,
for
so
a
you're
couple
saying
of
it wasn't
years.
officially Quake in your head until 2005?
Oh no!
No,
It was
Quake was around.
Quake
Yeah.
was around then, but I
He's
mean,
talking about Rune.
I'm talking about as
Oh.
far as the games that they built off it, because at that point, like it was still like 2 or 3 more years until the Unreal Engine came out.
Yeah,
Right?
I remember. Wasn't the Dark Forces Jedi Knight was actually done on the Quake engine right around then? So,
It wouldn't surprise me.
It's like 98, 99.
That's. I know. Okay, so the first one is on the Doom engine.
That's Doom clone.
Yeah. And then the second one. I
That
think
one
you're
was
right.
way before high school. So,
way before high school.
yeah, it was. So I want to say I have the disc somewhere. I want to say that one's 93 or 94. So,
So
no,
like
I guess
a
it would
year
have
after
been high school.
Doom came out.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. So it was pretty quick. Yeah, but I definitely remember playing Duke Nukem at a Q-Zar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
playing that. I do remember playing the Quake demo. So yeah. Because you could play that one multiplayer.
Yep.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So what was 2005?
That was like when things like Rune were coming out, because it was around the same time as like Counter-Strike.
I don't think I
That
ever
was-
played Rune at Q-Zar, so I
Or
think
not Q-Zar, but Surf and Play.
I think I did play that one.
Yeah, that's the only place I played it.
Okay, yeah. Well, I would have been there with you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we didn't exactly go there very often. After Q-Zar got shuttered. So,
Oh,
well, actually, after it got dumb. So, and then shuttered. So, I was in college when that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would have been probably at the earliest like 2023. Oh no.
All right, I quit. I have no idea these timelines.
2003. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Because the other games, I mean, you were building games on essentially like 3 platforms. It was it would have been at that point it wouldn't have been the Quake engine. It would have been the Quake 2 engine, which is what they built tons of stuff on.
They built a lot of games.
That's where they built like Tribes and all that other shit, and then like
I remember Tribes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know that Team Fortress 1 was a Quake conversion.
That game was fun. To
my understanding, there's still a community for it.
I'm not surprised.
The original game.
Yeah. With the Marshmallow Man.
With the Marshmallow Man, yes.
Those guys were great.
And so, yeah, it was that or the original Half-Life engine or the Unreal engine.
Yeah, Half-Life was definitely
a
little bit later. I remember that.
And so I can't tell you, I can't promise you that Rune was on the Quake engine or not.
I don't know. It might not be.
It might have been a Half-Life game. I don't know.
That's entirely possible. So
there's a bunch of games that look. I'd have a hard time picking them out of a lineup. All of you look like Lego people. Yeah.
I have no idea.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, we definitely played a shitload of Quake at Q-Zar though.
At Q-Zar for sure.
Sure. Yeah.
That game had something awesome about it that other shooters didn't. You remember what this was?
The lightning bolt.
Okay, you're talking. Yeah, all right. You're doing the fun stuff. Unlike all the rest of the shooter games, you could jump in and out of Quake anytime.
You could.
Versus the other ones where you had to either stop or wait until the match was over, reconnect everybody.
Yeah, you could jump.
That was sweet.
That was pretty sweet. Yeah, especially on a LAN. So, yeah, you're right. God, we used to have huge parties for that. So yeah, what, like 16 machines there?
Something like that.
Yeah,
at one point they had like 2 pots, didn't they?
I think it was more than that. I think it was 4 with 4 machines on each. Remember. So.
Oh, I thought it was 2, but it had more machines at it. I don't remember.
I don't remember. That's a long time ago. Yeah, I was actually in that parking lot the other day, and I had to like drive past that. I was like, was it that building or that one? So, you know.
Well,
there's a furniture store back there now.
Didn't it eventually become 2 buildings?
Well, it was 2. It's a strip mall, so you know, not buildings. They're 2
partitions.
2 partitions. Yeah.
Well, because they bought the next one out and they didn't expand the arena.
No,
they made a little party area.
They made the little party area with the ice cream parlor, and he thought that, you know, the boys and girls will come down here and dance on weekends. You know, like the 50s. Dude, I remember that motherfucker. So
that was the plan?
Dude, this guy was... I knew this guy for like 4... So, yeah, Q-Zar probably went Tango uniform. I'd want to say 98, 99. Something like... It was definitely while I was in college. But the guy who owned it, I knew that guy since 93. Because he was a bartender at the airport.
Oh.
Yeah, before he scratched the cash to put that thing together. So, and he was insane then. So he was insane later. So, you know, I mean, it wasn't his money either. So it was there was another lady there. She was the money lady.
Yeah.
And so this guy, you know, he's like, I mean, he had some business acumen, but he was dumb too, because, you know, it was like one of those things where, you know, if you listen to other people, he'd get good ideas, but then when he got his own ideas, because like the Q-Zar thing was not his first idea.
What was his first idea? Do you remember?
It was a bowling alley. So yeah, he was going to try and get a bowling alley, and I mean, like I said, he's sometimes got good ideas, but I mean, you talk about like that's a magnitude of order like more expensive.
Oh yeah, just
Than
the
say,
space and-
yeah, just the space and all that stuff. Now he had a decent idea. He was like, yeah, it's gonna be like dark lit, and we're gonna have like glow in the dark balls and stuff like. And people do that now.
Yeah.
Okay, so not a bad idea. But then I mean, the dude didn't have two fucking nickels to rub together.
Yeah.
You know. So as soon as he got some success under his belt, he got dangerous because then he's like, well, I'm good at ideas.
And what's funny is I think at that time, I think we actually had 3 bowling alleys in this city.
We have a lot more than that. So
Well, that's what I'm saying, at the time.
well, at the time we had 3 within 5 miles of where he is.
Yeah.
So yeah, not even. So yeah, I mean, yeah, at least 3. So I can think of 3 right off the top of my head that are still open, and he's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess you could say, all right, there is a component that says, all right, if we have at least 3, right, that means there's a market for it. That means people like doing it, right? You could also look at it and say, but does it need a 4th?
Right. Yeah. So.
Is there anything in that entire section that's remained the same?
Oh, what? Where the mall over there?
Yeah.
Well, all right. So it's not Sticks Billiards. It's now called Rackham.
Okay. But it's still a billiard place.
I don't know.
But I think that's it, isn't it?
I don't think that's a billiards place anymore.
Rackham is not a billiards
No, I
place?
don't think it's there. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't. I
I,
I think they sell wash machines there now. I know what you're talking about.
it's like, I know it was a pool place.
It was a pool place. Yeah.
It's like, don't gaslight me, dude. Don't tell me that place was like fucking like a bakery.
I know Little Caesars is like across the street.
Little
now.
Caesars is still there.
It's across the street.
Oh, you're right. It's across the street.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What is the building is there? It's Albert.
It's Albert
Yeah.
Tacos,
that's what it is. Yeah.
Well, there's like nothing because like Cub Foods is whatever.
Cub
it
Foods
is.
is a
It's a church.
It's a
Yeah,
church.
it's a giant church.
It's a church. The little gym back there, I think, is still a gym.
There is a
Oh.
laundromat that's still there.
Oh, okay.
We
I
used
could
to
see a
use that
laundromat
one when
staying
we were
around.
first married.
I don't know if it's the same gym, but it may have rebranded.
Well, they have Planet Fitness there. The Subway's still there.
That's
Yeah,
Subway.
the Subway's back
Okay.
forever.
Okay.
That's right. That Subway is still there. Yeah. So Blockbuster Video is not there.
Oh my god, that is so dead.
So the other buildings, the Chicago style hot dog place is not there. I think that's where the Pho place is.
The what?
Pho?
What is that?
It's a big noodle.
Wait, what? You've never had pho?
That's how you pronounce it?
The
I thought it was
PHO?
pho, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's pho.
That's how I prefer. Yeah.
So, yes, I know what pho is.
Yeah. So that obviously that's not there anymore. The CD warehouse is not there
Oh,
anymore.
that's long gone. that
Physical
was over on
media.
Academy. So
Well, sort of.
it was on Academy, right next to the Blockbuster. So
Yeah, I mean it's weird for me to say it. That part doesn't feel like Academy.
Blockbuster wasn't on Academy. Was
yeah,
it?
it
No.
was. Yeah,
it was on Austin Bluffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh no, you're right. Hollywood.
because
Video.
it turned. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Okay.
But yeah, it was right next to that Blockbuster.
Then
Obviously the hamburger stand, but that's
well, Chicago's is gone now.
I
that
know.
place is
yeah.
gone too.
Yeah. So
That one's open.
Oh, yes.
yeah. Oh no. Yeah. They just consolidating. So
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. There wasn't much else in there that I recall being of value.
Yeah, not much.
Just the hamburger stand.
I don't know what I would do if I saw something that said 29-cent hamburger.
I'd have to know. Okay, so
I don't believe you.
What the hell is
Actually-
this?
this is something worth looking up. Look up and tell me how much an individual White Castle slider costs, right?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna guess. I don't think you can buy an individual one.
Hey, you got to buy at least like 6
I think
ounces.
it's 6 or 8.
Yeah.
So- it's 4 and 8. You can buy a pack of 4.
Well, not talking about the freezer ones. I'm talking about the
No, I
actual.
know. Yeah. I have no idea. I haven't had a real White Castle in probably 15 years. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a long time. So,
I
I don't think you can buy just one. Just say like a White Castle, please.
they come at minimum, because that's what they call them, right? Houses. You buy like 4 houses or whatever. I don't remember, but
I don't.
but I don't know if you could buy one.
In South Street, Indianapolis, a cheese slider, calorie 170 to 180.
Oh, you can buy one.
$1.42.
Oh, the $1.42 for a little thing that's like this big.
Yes.
Wow. So
In Indianapolis.
that's okay, but if you got 6 of them, yeah, okay, all right.
You know what? That's
not too bad.
That's a burger.
Fair
no,
market.
that's probably a burger and a half.
If you got 4, there we go.
Yeah.
That's burger. We call that a burger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$1.42 is not bad for that. It's not 39 cents though.
It's not 39 cents. I mean, shit, I remember that the hamburger stand, you could get a quarter pounder for 59 cents.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah,
Yeah, Jeffrey, it's wild.
Yeah, that's wild, but I don't know, man. There was definitely a little bit more than a cow in that.
Kids did not look at the ingredients.
No.
The reason you put it by a high school.
I thought it was fine, man. I thought it was
We ate
fine.
there all year. We ate there for a fucking year,
Yep.
every day. So every day.
That or Little Caesars.
We did a year at Little Caesars, and then we spent like 6 months driving to Mickey D's.
Yeah.
So that was before they built the shitty one across the street.
Right.
So-
Yeah, that wasn't there by the time we were.
Oh no,
No.
we were still going.
It
to
was
the
when
one-
I was.
Yeah,
Okay. I was like, it
It was in my
close,
final
wasn't
year,
it?
yes.
yeah, no.
Yes, there was also at the time that was when it was our first little taste of East Coast invasion, because they also put in a Rite Aid.
Yeah.
Which was none of us knew what this, like. What is Rite?
What is that?
What is that? Right. Same thing goes with, now we have them all over the place. We have CVS pharmacies.
Yeah. Those
Yeah.
Are everywhere.
Those are everywhere now. Yeah, this is not Long's Drugs anymore. This is not.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Long's
Whoa.
was sweet.
I totally forgot that one.
That place was awesome.
You could buy guns there.
Yes, you could.
Yes, I bought a gun there.
Did you just ask one gun, please?
Your gun, please.
You have a preference? Nah.
Yeah, order up one.
Just first one you see. It's cool.
First one. You
Yeah.
Perfect. Pull up to the next window.
No, there was a reason why you wanted to go to Long's Drugs when you were buying cards.
Well, I know I did it. What was the reason?
Well,
It was cheaper than Dale's.
no, it wasn't just because it was cheaper than Dale's. We had a strong suspicion that Dale's searched
Oh
their packs.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. You guys were very conspiratorial.
We
about
can't
that.
prove it.
No, and until they switched. Well, I still don't even know about the plastic seal ones, but those wax whatever paper.
Oh yeah.
You just layer them closed.
Right. Yeah. So that was the upper deck ones were the ones that seemed like tamper proof because they were paper. They had that stamped paper.
Until they got the like metal wrapping kind of thing.
Yeah.
But tops.
Oh, the foil. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the suspicion, because I don't. Well, this doesn't seem right to me. You got to tell me this. There were people that told me that when you bought the box, right, and you have opened hundreds of boxes of cards, right, they would tell me that if you go 4 down on the corner, there was a guaranteed something in there from that set. And I don't think it was ever that specific.
No.
That
No.
seems completely unusual.
No, I definitely think it's more rare.
You never saw anything that
No.
consistent, correct? I didn't think so.
No.
That sounded like bullshit.
Yeah, there's no way, because yeah, then the businesses would definitely.
if it wasn't there, right? If you,
Yeah, they would definitely.
Oh,
take
they would just yank that
Yeah.
back every
Yeah,
single
right.
Yeah.
You'd open up the
No.
box and swipe that.
that's what they said.
Was
That's what they
Dale
said.
crooked? Was he kind of crooked?
There were suspicion. You know what? Okay,
I don't remember the actual guy.
Dale was not the comic book guy from The Simpsons.
He was an older
That
guy,
wasn't
wasn't
Dale.
he?
Didn't he have a beard? Or am I thinking of?
Are you talking about comic book guy, the fat dude
Not.
with the ponytail?
No. Dale. Didn't he? Wasn't he kind of hippie? Like had curly hair,
Yeah, I
like
kind of remember
curly,
him being a hippie.
and like,
Dale was kind of he looked like somebody who grew up in Portland in 1985.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So he wasn't like scraggly or anything like that. He had glasses.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
decent looking
okay.
guy. Yeah, that was Dale.
But he
always
was a
thought-
little bit older, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I thought he had gray
Little
hair.
bit. Hey, it wasn't that gray. It was.
It was the gray was filtered in.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
okay.
was kind of sandy.
Okay.
Yeah, I always thought Dale was that guy. You know.
Could. It's just
But
been
it
also
wasn't.
like how much more expensive he would sell the individual cards. Like it just felt like price gouging because like he would buy it for like a nickel and then sell it for like $5, and it's just like.
Huh. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
But
that's
that's
kind of it.
modus operandi.
Of
I
a
get it,
collectible
but
store.
Whatever
When
happened to Dale's?
Still open.
Oh, it's still there. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ed's is gone, but everything next to Kmart I think is. Well, I don't even know if there's anything open there
What, in the Kmart?
in that whole Kmart.
There's a couple things in there. It's also a great place to get shot. So, yeah.
Well, the Golden Corral where we go a lot is also right.
You don't go across.
Don't cross that road.
Across the road. Yeah.
It's true because that road looks like shit too.
Oh yeah.
What, that? The parking lot? Yeah, it's a minefield.
Yeah.
You haven't been to Monica's lately, have you?
Taco shop?
That's where it is. That place is badass, but you're gonna fuck up your car.
No, okay. So I remember Ed being a pretty on the level guy.
Yeah,
He was cool because it was a. He was like way more into comics and cards anyway.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, he loved it.
Oh yeah.
so I don't think he'd be like searching the shit.
Wasn't that? Yeah, that was out there by the Radio Shack out there, wasn't
Yep.
it? Yeah, that's. I remember that place.
Oh, that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a Radio
Yeah,
Shack
that's the one
there,
that
yeah.
my brother managed for a couple of years. Yeah.
Well, there was also a place over there called Daylight Donut.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And
Airport donuts.
yeah, we're just airport. Okay, so Daylight Donuts made the best buttermilk glazed donut I've ever
It
eaten.
was delicious.
But they had the weirdest logo on their box. You remember those?
I thought it was just a donut with a.
Had a rooster.
Oh,
And instead of saying like cock-a-doodle-doo, the rooster was saying,
You're right.
Good.
good. Yeah.
It was the weirdest
It
thing
was
I've
kinda
ever
weird.
seen.
Dude, I've seen some weird fucking logos over the years that you can just tell that you had like somebody in the family who, you know, can just dangerous enough to draw something stupid. You know? So I see that on like YouTube channels and all kinds of stuff now where people put their little logo up there, you know, and the one you did for me is gorgeous, but you know, like I see other people and it's like, your kid drew that, didn't he? Yeah, I thought that was cool, huh? It was like, yeah, actually your sister-in-law drew that, huh? And you just you put it up there because you don't want to fight with your wife. Got it. You know?
Right. See, that's the one that she already made, right? And you said, tell you what, I'll go ahead and have 5 more done and we'll go ahead and judge them.
Yeah.
And it's still the first one.
First
yeah.
one.
Yeah. I still think this one's the best.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've seen some dumb logos over the years. I do remember the rooster now that you're...
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was this great looking rooster. It looked like the one off of Corn Pops.
Yeah.
And just like, why does a rooster say, good?
I do remember them having one where it was like a donut and a sun, though.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
So I think it was 2 parts on there, right? I think there
Okay.
was the place I never got into was Winchell's. I don't know. Some people were suckers for Winchell's. I just
It was out of the way. So, like, the only one that I knew was way the fuck up north. Yeah. So, yeah.
Look at it once.
We go there sometimes because I don't know why my mom did this, but she was like, she would go to different King Supers from time to time
Really?
just to see if they had shit that was different. And oftentimes back then they did. Yeah.
Mm.
So
This is true.
yeah,
And it's weird.
it
But
is
it's
kind of
true.
weird. So, but yeah, so sometimes we go hit that one up. That was before they fucked up that whole intersection there with the bridge and everything. And
So it works perfectly.
if you're not trying to get off at any of those places, then it's awful, Jeff.
If you know where you're going and
Right.
how to get there,
Right.
it works perfectly.
Is this Union?
No, this is Woodman and Academy.
Oh, yeah.
that-
yeah.
You know, you're familiar with this,
Dude,
too.
I avoid that one like the plague. I will drive out to I-25 and take that instead of trying to get through that motherfucker.
Look, it used to be the worst intersection in town. I don't think it is anymore. Just if you need to go somewhere
Yeah.
up there, it's a problem.
That's a good question. What is the worst intersection in town? Huh.
They've done a pretty good job fixing up a lot of the bad ones.
I gotta say, it's gotta be Barnes and Powers now. That one is awful.
I still say that stupid statue downtown.
I'm not going to fight you on that
Yeah,
one.
that was just kind of like, we gotta leave it like that just so people like who moved to
Yeah.
the city can bitch about it.
right.
So yeah.
Right.
Why there's not a roundabout? It's
so bad.
Absolutely. I mean, and there's not even like
There's room to do it.
there's totally room
Yeah.
to do it. Like, I mean, there used to be a restaurant there, but it's shuttered.
Oh, yeah.
And there's
The high school.
yeah. the
But
high
there's still
school.
room. It's not like it's like packed in there.
Oh Lord, no.
No.
So yeah, no. Dude, you can fit a roundabout in there, no problem. But
No, it's weird. It's not like when you go in there. So I mean, there was always the thought of like, why don't you just move the statue like 20 feet that way?
yeah.
Okay, well we can't do that. It's like, all right, well, yeah, why don't we? Why don't we? This dude knows his time is
Yeah, I know,
is
man.
limited.
Yeah.
He's just trying to live for the day.
It's like, I know you're not going to kill me right now,
Yeah.
but so here.
It's fine.
Probably the
Just stay
safest
of-
place for him to be.
Total
Yeah.
stay of execution, man. It's fine. Live up. But yeah, and then you look around there, it's not like you have to like it's not like you're tearing out like the true cross or anything like this. It's like, no, you just make a couple of circles around here. It's not a problem.
I don't. I can't remember. There's a reason why they didn't move it over to Palmer, and I don't think it was just very, like bird. You
Well,
know,
that was the original spot that it was put.
I don't.
What?
No, I don't know, man. I remember reading something on that years ago. It's not coming back to me.
Do they just want people not to fuck with it?
I
would buy
don't
it.
remember.
I
Yeah.
don't go down there enough.
Oh God. I mean, yeah. Like, there's no reason to go downtown in this town, man. There's almost nothing there anymore. So
It's not a cultural like landmark. I don't mean this in a derogatory way.
Mm-mm.
It's not. So you can go downtown in some cities and you can say, I'm soaking in the culture, like, look at me, I'm eating street food. Or you can like look and say like, oh look, there's a funny minority playing that like an instrument. That's music to
no,
them.
the only thing you see down there is homeless people.
That's correct.
So yeah.
You don't get the actual like color of poor people.
We're a suburbia.
This
Right.
is a very suburban town. Yeah. So, well, and that's the other thing is downtown itself is fucking tiny. It's 3 blocks wide and like 9 blocks long. So,
And the houses cost 5 times as much.
well, actually now they're even worse because they're building all those apartments down
Yeah.
there. So,
What?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, dude,
there.
there's tons of apartments down there now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know when you've been down there last, but they've been,
And they are pricey.
they are fucking expensive.
A gal from work was trying to look because we work downtown, and oh my
Oh,
god,
you work downtown?
that's where our building is. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were down on Academy. Never mind.
No, we were. Yeah,
Like in Pace Plaza?
it's the Antlers building.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
so you're down there all the time. Never mind.
Was until we got to work from home, but yeah, she was looking at places, and yeah, the apartments were tiny, and you were paying like it was 2,300 for an 800 square foot place.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
they're fucking expensive.
Like it was
So,
nuts. I
It
was
is.
just
It's
like, what
yeah.
the
It's
heck?
all like loft living. You
Yeah.
know, fancy fucking black and white marble. Bullshit.
But they advertised they're like you're in
Yeah.
the heart of downtown, and
There's nothing to do.
there's restaurants and everything within walking distance. Like, yeah, but
Yeah, where are you gonna get groceries? You still need a fucking car. So, I mean, you know,
That is true. Yeah,
That's a good point,
you cannot live a pedestrian lifestyle in this fucking town. So, this is a PSA warning
Yeah.
for all audiences out there.
Listen, there was a time. There was a time when you could live a pedestrian lifestyle.
Here?
Yes, I
Actually,
can tell you
his
exactly where.
house.
Well, for me, yeah.
What?
You can walk to pretty much everything from his house.
I guess.
You can go to
So,
a hospital, you got groceries.
Got the restaurants, you got all the
Restaurants,
theaters,
movie.
all this other stuff. They get a massage, whatever.
but that's not like normal pedestrian walking town.
You're talking
What you're
about
thinking of
the
when people-
15-minute town.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
15-minute city,
yeah.
The one that's up and not out. Yeah, it's
God, don't you just know all the touch points? Talk about trains next. Yeah.
no. Okay, I would argue.
NIMBYism.
Ow! Oh, sure. I'm so sorry. I forgot. I apologize. I apologize. Are you okay?
I'm all right.
Did I get you bad?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Just shock.
Yep.
My fault, man. Okay, you got me on that one.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry, but no, I would argue that at a time when that Safeway was still over there, right? You could live in those apartments at Academy and North Carefree, go across the street to Safeway, get your groceries there, right? And go back to those apartments. There were plenty of people that would do that.
Yeah, my aunt lived there.
Yeah, there you
She
go.
had a car. Because her work wasn't right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Unless you work at Safeway.
Right, okay, right. I forget about the work part. I was like, the stuff is there.
And it's some stuff, but, like, I mean, if you take, like, an entire year and try and go without a car in this town, you're going to be a hermit. So, it's going to be...
I have a car, and
But
You're a
take it to
self-made
places.
hermit.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
So, but like there's like only so many things that you can do because you just don't have concentration of like lots of things to do in one place in this town. So like, yes, every neighborhood has its King Supers or whatever, all right, that you can get to. But not every neighborhood has its movie theater. Not every neighborhood around
Right.
here has, well, most of them have a decent Mexican restaurant. So, but
You have your version of whatever your Fiesta Jalisco.
right, yeah.
Is there really a lot to do in this town?
There's tons.
There's
Is
lots.
there?
There's
Yeah.
tons. It just depends on what you want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, this is so. When I've known people that have come out to visit this place, or things like that, these are people that just like I could go to your parks and just hang around all the time. The mountains are right
Oh,
there,
okay.
right?
The mountain, yeah. But I mean, like, the town stuff.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff.
Just depends on what you want to do.
Yeah, like there's always things going on downtown. Like if you're doing anything fitness related, there's always marathons or
Always.
bike rides or
Yeah,
meetups.
biking is huge.
Biking's huge. Like I mean, if you
We-
like
we-
fart shows, you can go down to a fart show in
Go to
Manitou.
fart shows.
you know,
We have like 4 climbing gyms.
we have like we have an enormous one out here now.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, there's that stuff. There's especially like I understand if you like to golf, there's plenty of things to do. Golf.
there are a ton of golf
Tons of
courses in this
things.
town. So if you're into that, the only thing you don't have here is you don't have any kind of water sport. So that's it. So you can go do just about anything else, but if you got a boat, you're not using it here. So
Oh, you gotta go.
you got to go down to Pueblo.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. But yeah, it's not too far. Like, when the park's not that far away, if you want to do some.
See the dinosaurs.
well,
That place is fucking cool, man. I'm not gonna
well-
knock it. I actually went in there once when we got stuck in a traffic jam.
Yeah. You know, I did that same thing with that McDonald's over there once. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to this McDonald's and hang out for a while and just see what happens with life.
Yeah, no, Dad and I were coming back. This is, I mean, before he was dead. So, not too much, not too much long before. But
Right.
when we went fishing, and we come back, and the whole town is fucking clogged with cars. So because somebody had wrecked, somewhere, and it's, you could hear the sirens and stuff, and He just said, "Fuck it, let's get out." So we got out and went to Wendy's, and then it was like, "What's this dinosaur place? Let's go check it out. It's $5. Yeah, let's go in."
Why not?
Why not?
We've got a buggy.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like Woodland Park, it was always a tradition. You stop at that McDonald's, and that's where we'd go up there to play paintball and stuff.
Yeah.
And you go out in the woods and things.
Either
like
do that
so,
or you go to the donut place, the one with the windmill. So up there, that
Yeah.
place pretty
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I mean, there's tons of stuff to do. We just never do it.
No,
Yeah, that's why I just assume there's nothing
it's
out
weird, I know.
There's nothing
Dude,
out
that's
there.
true of anybody who lives in any city anywhere.
Yeah.
Like
How many times do New York people go to the fucking Statue of Liberty?
my dad took me for his first time
Right.
when I was 20.
Yeah.
So
It's like, I don't do this touristy bullshit.
exactly, it's
Yeah.
like I lived here.
Yeah.
That's for tourists. You know?
Yeah, same thing. Like when like family would be over, we'd go to the Air Force Academy, and look at the. I remember we had that huge video camera, and we're taking shots of the chapel and all that shit.
I remember those.
Yeah,
Felt like
it's something of a rocket launcher. It's like it has like 650 cal bullets in it. Man. It's a magazine. It's a straight up magazine. Yeah. Yeah. And I remember doing that stuff. We only went up to the Air Force Academy to do a couple of things. Like, there were some shops up there for some reason that Dad wanted to go to sometimes.
We used to go to commissary all the time.
There's a commissary up there.
Commissary up there was nice.
They had some medical facilities that like Peterson didn't have. I don't remember what it was.
The
But
hospital in Peterson's pretty small.
yeah, there was something up there medical-wise. Because I remember taking him up there a few times when he was sick.
Yeah.
Right. But the rest of the time, it's like, oh, this is like either you're going to the football games, which we did like twice.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh
That
man,
was
I went to a
fun.
bunch of those as a kid.
Did you?
Yeah, the neighbors, the one with the big kid and the little kid.
Oh, right.
Their dad was a season ticket holder.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I don't know if he was an Air Force guy or not. He might have just been a fan.
I think he was just a fan.
He might have been a fan. Yeah.
He was just a contractor, if I recall.
I don't remember. I don't know. I have no idea what he did. So, some secret.
I was engineering crap. It was.
He was an engineer. That was just
Yeah.
true.
I guess he was kind of a dweeb. I mean, he
He
was
was a
he was an okay guy.
Professional hoarder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. His garage, you couldn't stick your finger in it.
I mean, you get to the front yard, it's like, what are all these? What are all these cars?
Oh, he had 3 different versions of the Scout. Yeah.
Right, that
He's
thing
always
that,
wrenching on them.
that car that nobody gave a fuck about. Yes.
He loved them enough to have 3 of them.
Yeah, I know.
It was
I
his
know.
thing. Well, I mean, I knew him. Not
Well, he was your scoutmaster.
he was our scoutmaster for a while. So, actually, we almost died on I-25 in one of those fucking scouts. So
Care to elaborate?
it blew a tire, and you know, yeah, that thing was pretty high off the ground. And so by the time he got it stopped, it was like there were sparks everywhere, and
Oh my
yeah,
God.
the whole tire was just gone.
Were you doing the full Simpsons?
I don't remember that. But,
Actually, we Pat and I were talking about this not too long ago. Do you like when you're doing the rides with the kids at like Disney and stuff? Do you have like a manly scream, or do you kind of like? How does that come out of you? I don't know if I've heard it.
Yeah, I scream and have fun with it. Like maybe if my kids weren't with me, I would scream. But when I'm with them, then I'll scream just because it makes it sound more exciting.
But does it, when it comes out of you, is it like, or you kind of
Like ah.
okay,
Okay,
he's
well, he's saying that now.
Right.
We might have to.
I believe him,
someday.
though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
I'm trying to. Yeah, we got to watch the footage when my mom went with us onto the. She went onto the Guardians of the Galaxy one,
yeah.
and it was launching us all over the place and all this kind of stuff. And Yeah, I think
Is it a stationary ride?
no, you're moving.
Oh, okay.
Well, like it's just like an elevator kind of thing that
Mhm.
kind of goes back and forth. Because yeah, like Livy was like lifting off the seat.
Oh, okay. But is it on a track or?
I think you're just kind of stationary and it moves you through
Yeah.
different parts where you see different stuff and
I went through a bunch
all
of those
that.
at Universal, and I don't know if I was that much of a fan. So
it was all right. It's definitely much more of the just up down.
yeah.
So yeah, your side to side is a little bit, but it's definitely much more about
Okay,
a super fast elevator.
got it.
But yeah, I was doing this screaming thing, but yeah, I'm doing it for fun, just with the kids.
All right. See that I can believe. I've never heard you like yelp or anything like that.
Yo,
Yeah. Well, I haven't rose bushed you in decades. Yeah. So. So. But yeah. No,
everyone understands rose bushes.
Rose
You're
bushes.
our audience.
again, that's something that to me feels like I was just playing that.
There's no way. That's ages
That's a
ago.
long time
I
ago.
know it was ages ago.
He says it doesn't feel old until it's 1970, and he wasn't even born.
Right.
Oh, you mean game wise or just
No,
Just
him in time.
life. When somebody says that this happened in say like the Game Boy came out in 1989, to me I'm like, yeah, that just happened. If they say like Star Wars came out in 1977, I say that happened forever ago.
But Game Boy and Star Wars are a lot closer than Game Boy
I
to
agree.
today.
Yeah, it's just a perception thing. Yeah.
No, I understand. Look, we're at this age, okay? We're closer to the ages of the Golden Girls than we were the Friends when they first started.
Oh dear.
Is it? How old were the Golden Girls?
They never, I don't think they said directly, but I think they were in like
It's
like
like,
their
implied that they were
late
in their
50s,
60s.
60s.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Right.
what, she
Well, they were
had
all
her
retired.
grandma, or she had her mother living.
Her mom
with
was supposed to be like 80, and that was supposed to be like fucking ancient, you know?
Right.
So yeah.
And the fact is she was actually younger than
Younger
B.
than
Arthur,
B.
but she
Arthur.
wore prosthetics.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
No
Estelle
way.
Getty, yeah.
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 Oh, I had no
She was
idea.
younger.
Sophia
Yeah.
Petrillo. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the thing is where we are. The Friends, I think they were all like 20 and 20, like 21
When
when,
it
they
started?
Yeah.
Well, they were all of drinking age. So,
Right.
yeah.
Just barely though.
I don't know. Ross had a PhD, so.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Not at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He was a
He didn't
paleontologist.
start as
He was a paleontologist from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joey was a loser, so I don't think he was actually an actor at that time.
Yeah,
So,
Ross and Chandler definitely already had finished college.
Yes.
And so
Chandler
he,
was not a doctor.
no,
No.
but Ross was. So they
He
had to
was.
been. They were probably like
Chandler was a writer, right?
no. He
No, they
he
never
worked
said.
in an office where
That's
he had
right,
a weenus and all these.
They never said.
Yeah, that's right.
They never said what his original job
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
He took a job in marketing.
Right.
yeah, they never
Eventually.
actually said what
Right.
his.
Yeah, Rachel was about to get married. That was
Yeah.
the first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So they were probably.
Yeah, we're closer to the Golden Girls than we are to them.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Damn.
Well, actually, you know, maybe that's it. Maybe there was a discrepancy in the ages, but most of them were.
They were probably mid.
Well, I mean, two of them were brother sisters, so there'd have to be.
Yeah.
They were probably mid because I mean, her husband was her fiance was a dentist already.
Yeah. Barry.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they had to have been mid-20s at the earliest.
Rachel had never worked by that point.
She had
Well,
not.
she was
yeah.
rich. Her
She was-
family
yeah,
was
her
rich.
daddy
Her family was rich,
Yeah.
but yeah, she'd never had like a Baskin Robbins job or
No.
anything like that.
No,
No, you wouldn't when you're rich.
Hey man, I knew
he's
people that
pushing his kid
made
through the gulags. if-
that I knew parents that made their kids do like some kind of work
It humbles you.
in high school and that kind of stuff. I say Baskin Robbins for a reason,
Wow.
or things like that. Yeah, and the thing is, I think Phoebe was actually supposed to be older than them, most of them anyway.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
I don't know.
She was the
Yeah.
only one that wasn't part of their crowd. She
Yeah.
and Joey weren't ever part of their crowd.
You know,
So I think she was
they're
supposed.
about mid-20s, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say mid-20s.
I think like I would say that like Rachel and Monica. Well, they were the same age.
Yes, they were like
Right, they
two,
were-
they were,
yeah,
they were
high
like
school
2 years
together.
younger than.
I would say they had to be like 22, 23.
Okay.
And if like that would
And then
make sense
Ross
if Ross,
could
if he
be
was
like
a PhD,
25, 26.
Yeah.
maybe 26, 27, if he went straight from
They had to be like 2 years apart because they went to the same high like school.
at the same time.
I'm pretty sure because like it was the prom and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but Ross was in college.
Oh,
Ross came
Yeah,
over from
Ross was in
college.
college.
for
Oh
that
yeah, I
one.
guess
Yeah,
it could be
yeah,
like
it could
3.
be like that. Yeah,
He had to be a few years older anyway.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because like, what is the earliest?
Well, he
that-
was married. He had a kid.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Forgot about that. Huh? Yeah.
That's right. And he wasn't.
It was like this young adult ageless kind of thing. I don't
Yeah.
think you can tag it down to a year unless there's
Well-
like somebody who actually knows what year they graduated high school.
Here's the thing.
I'm sure somebody's constructing.
And remember, there was no 9/11 in this universe. It's kind of like this timeless pre 9/11, New York. So nobody ages there.
Look, the show ended before. I wouldn't have wanted to watch a very special 9/11.
It ended
Yeah,
before
it
that?
did.
Oh, I thought it ended after.
No,
Oh.
Yeah,
it ended while we were in college.
I would not have wanted to watch a very special.
I did not watch it until years later. So I was definitely.
There was a time where it was fucking unavoidable.
Oh yeah, it was the most
Yeah.
syndicated show. Like it was up there with fucking 700 Club and yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Friends, 700 Club. Yeah, you're-
Right.
Well, I think that is actually the show that is the most syndicated for the longest amount of time and translated in the most amount of languages.
Wow.
It's all about the Bible, so yeah. Yeah.
No, okay. The only reason I can say they did have episodes where the characters in that show turned 30.
Oh, they
yeah,
did, yeah.
So you
they
can
did.
start tracing.
You can start backdating.
Yeah, and I guarantee people
I
have.
like counting the rings.
Well, this is the thing. Is I think the show went 10 seasons.
I think so.
I think it went 10 seasons, and I know it was those later seasons where they were turning 30.
Oh, okay.
Well, they were definitely
When they were all in
getting-
their 40s.
Well,
Well, I mean, yeah, they were like 35s or 36s or something like that by the time the show was done. So yeah, probably mid.
Yeah,
20s.
probably.
no way. They were not like mid 30s.
No, the actors.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean like the people. Yeah, because they had like careers for years and stuff.
Fucking Courtney Cox was in like Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren, and in
No, I mean in the show they had like careers and did all this. stuff, and, like,
yeah.
They're out going to buy their own house and all these kind of things.
Well,
so.
that was how the show ended.
That is
Yeah.
how the show ended.
But that was they were aged.
Well, yeah, okay, so you do 10 seasons of a show. Yes, there should be.
So they would be mid 30s then. If they
Yeah.
were mid 20s in the beginning
Yeah,
or early
I think they
20s,
were
they'd be
mid-30s.
early or mid 30s by the time the show ended, right?
Yeah,
I guess so. That
Yeah.
would mean that Ross would have to be pushing 40.
yeah.
Maybe.
All right, so he's
Well, his son was like 12. Yeah, so.
when the show.
Well, yeah.
And it was a baby when
Yeah, he was a baby in the
was.
beginning. Yeah.
actually he wasn't even born yet.
At the
No,
beginning of the show?
he was.
Yeah.
That was like the introduction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So he got to do Le Mans class with
Oh, yeah.
the girlfriend.
His lesbian wife.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was this is where the real trivia comes in. Is
Knowing the people that are the actors for it. Oh God.
the people that were the actors for it?
Or,
Okay,
or just
so
saying who.
so his wife was Carol,
Oh, that's right.
but it was played by two different people. I don't know who the first actress was, but the second actress was
The blonde girl?
Yeah.
Was she the first one or second one?
first one.
Okay.
So the first one, I don't know who it was. The second one was what's her name?
I can't even picture the second one.
I can't either.
I can only picture the first one.
Well, the second one was on Herman's head.
No, that's the first one.
Nope, that's the second one. First one was just this plain-looking blonde girl. She was only in like one episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's why I'm only thinking of.
Yeah. So it was Carol, and I'm trying to remember what. So I can picture the other girl. She's been on other things
Oh, yeah.
too. She was in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
The
gray matter people.
Yep.
Yeah.
The gray matter people?
Yeah. The girlfriend or the wife of the guy that invented gray matter with
Oh yeah. Okay, with the laser pointers. Right.
Yeah. Susan, that's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Susan and Carol, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
That was
her, wasn't
Ben.
it? Yeah.
Ben, yeah. I don't remember what Monica and Chandler's kids were named.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
I don't remember that.
I haven't.
That-
I don't even.
That you got me on.
That was not in enough episodes for me.
No, because that was at the end. That
Yeah.
was that. Like I said, that's how the show ended.
I don't think I ever watched all the way to the end. The actual end.
I did.
I
yeah,
definitely did.
I don't think I
It ended. I mean,
no, I know it
give credit
ended
for that.
but
Yeah.
I'd have to say that like I remember watching it, and then the syndication schedule changed. You know,
Jane Sibbett, that was her name.
no,
What?
Ross's wife, Carol.
Oh.
Jane Sibbett, that's the actress.
I would have never.
I would never have known that.
Yeah, it ended good. I know it's all expected.
Wait, who did what?
How the show ended.
Oh, it was fine.
Yeah.
It's a like I said, it's a fine conclusion. It's at least it ended.
It did end.
Better than Seinfeld's ending.
I actually love Seinfeld.
How did Seinfeld
Really?
end?
When
I
they
don't
were in
remember that.
jail, they all got arrested for making fun of the fat guy that.
It was not because they were making fun of the
'Cause
fact
they're
it's because they
horrible
weren't
people.
helping.
Yeah, and they
It
still.
was the Good Samaritan rules, and they weren't helping.
Well, and they were on tape recording, laughing and
Yes,
making fun of him.
right.
I don't remember that.
And then they they go to the courthouse, and it's like 2 episodes where they're calling up all the people to say how
Yeah.
horrible. So like the soup Nazi comes up, and
Oh,
all the different people, Babu, and
Babu Bot
Yeah.
and
very bad men,
and
all these people, and
yeah, I thought it was funny.
I don't think. I've
and then
ever
they
seen
got
it.
sentenced to jail, and they just go to jail, and it's like,
And
yeah,
the show's over.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like that's
Well, because how are you going to take a show like that and give it some kind of regular sitcom ending? I don't mean that they should be
That's
avant-garde about it, but there's no version of this where you do some corny, I don't know, How I Met Your Mother kind of ending or some shit like that.
Get that one in.
Isn't that the one that pissed everyone off because they were like, these two people ended up together, and it was they were totally dissatisfied with it, and
I don't think I've even seen an episode of that show.
I've seen an episode.
Yeah, I
I just
she
know people were
died.
mad at it. Yeah,
Yeah, she dies. The mother dies.
I think that's it. Yeah,
Oh.
because people were mad at it. They were as mad about that as they were about that season of Game of Thrones that you guys.
That
did.
was terrible.
That is so bad.
Terrible.
It was absolutely. I mean, you just delete that season, and it's a great show. So,
Have you watched House of Dragon at all?
no, I haven't. I probably should. It's on Amazon, right?
I don't think so. I
Uh-oh.
think it's still on
So
HBO.
fuck that.
Well, so when HBO eventually becomes part of the, you get everything packed for $40.
Right.
Maybe you can
Maybe
watch
I'll watch
then.
it. Well, I mean, the funny thing is, like, some of that stuff starts coming around, like, to other
Yeah.
stuff eventually. Eventually, it hits Amazon or YouTube. So, I actually did murder off my YouTube TV. So
Did you?
I don't use it.
Yeah,
So,
that's the question.
I don't
Yep.
use it, and so I got myself a $25 digital. I am pulling the TV from the very sky. So,
As the Thunder God himself originally
right,
intended.
yes, with 4 channels and 2 more in Spanish. You know?
Is that what you get?
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
So
Did you have to put the thing on the roof, or is it just
no,
in your
you
house?
it's they're great now. So
Okay.
I had one before, but my TV doesn't have coax on it. So yeah, and I was like, oh, I guess they don't need coax on TVs anymore. So that makes sense.
What is it? Do you put it in the HDMI or what?
Yep, it goes right in HDMI.
HDMI antenna. This
It's
feels
fucking hilarious.
ghetto.
I know. Yeah. But no, I mean, yeah, the Game of Thrones was the stupidest ending. So it was so bad.
Wait, you guys have T-Mobile, right?
Yeah.
How come you guys don't have Netflix?
What?
It comes with it for free.
Oh, I'm on my brother's plan. He probably gets it for
Oh,
free.
gotcha.
Offered it to me, but
Offered it to me.
I haven't changed, so
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
like
You can still probably check and see if it's on your add-ons if it's free, because you're like, I don't know, you get it. You're supposed to get Netflix, Hulu, Paramount, and then Apple TV free for 6 months. Apple
that's
TV
for 6 months.
No,
6
just
months.
Apple TV for 6 months. All the rest.
Well, I
is
wouldn't
free.
wipe my ass with Apple TV.
Would have wiped your ass with
Well, there's that. So we're not getting Apple to sponsor. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna get Apple as a sponsor.
Well, I didn't realize
pretty
how
poorly.
fucking arrogant I came across. All right, dude,
Well,
that
we
was
already
fun.
know you're not down with most of them, but yeah, you really.
It's a bullshit service. Dude. At this point, when it comes to the streaming, providers, you can see you can look through the woods and say, I can tell who's gonna make it. I can tell the guys who came late to the party, and I can tell the guys who this was never part of their plan, right? Their executive said we got to scrape something together, right? This is why Paramount Plus, you guys are done, right? You guys are done. You guys don't have enough of a library. You have run Star Trek into the ground with your bullshit, right? You have ruined it. You have one good season of all the new shows that you put together, right?
Why did Paramount actually do its own?
That,
That's a good. Yeah,
Yes.
it's just Paramount's never been this enormous juggernaut of content. It's not like
Well, they
Warner
have their
Brothers. Right?
network.
I know, I get that, but still, they've got some. I mean, how many times can you show Indiana Jones over and over and over? So
Top Gun and but I mean,
Top Gun.
All their
Yeah.
Yellowstones and
oh, that's right, they did have Yellowstone.
all the
here you go.
and then all the previous versions of
Right.
Yellowstone that they've made.
I did watch one of those. It was dumb. So
Well, I would say if they had run this service in 1988, they'd have been a huge player.
yeah,
Right. At the same time, I would be like, well, then MGM would have been one. This is
that's true.
so you guys. I mean, it just depends on what. At a time, I would have said Fox would have been a fine, provider, right? But they're small enough that Disney bought all of them,
Yeah.
right? So I mean, that's kind of a weird thing right there. Disney Plus doesn't have enough content. They really don't. Disney's library of Disney crap, okay, is not that deep for how long they've been around, because they had way different strategies. They this is one of their biggest problems was their streaming era. This is why their stock price fell in half, right? Is people were watching when they got it for free.
Oh right, yeah.
They got it for free, and Disney was doing anything to get content. Anything, right? That was when they were just basically, they wrote blank checks to anybody who wanted to do oh, you want to do a Moon Knight show? Okay. Nobody has any interest in it, right? Even the hardcore fans are like, don't do it, you'll fuck it up. They're like, do it anyway, right?
That one wasn't the worst.
I'm not saying it's the worst, but if you're talking about a marketing guy who looks through, here's your catalog, right? How are you going to do this and you still don't have a single Ghost Rider show? How are you going to do this, right? If you look at their historically big products, right, there are still tons of characters that are big, or at least have been big, that still haven't gotten some love, right? You're well, okay, you guys did She-Hulk. You guys are now... You're still trying. It's been year 5 that you're trying to do your Agatha Harkness show
Yeah.
that nobody gives a fuck about.
These are TV series.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. This is what I'm talking about. Is there was a time where they were just make it, put it out.
They're still doing that, man.
Yeah.
What's the new Star Wars one? I saw.
Oh, the Acolyte.
The Acolyte.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was oh, you give Wookiees the fucking lightsabers now. It's I'm out. I'm out.
It actually looks, I don't know, the preview looks okay.
Yeah.
And they're just doing a way back history of it, so I'm like, all right, that could be.
Okay.
At least you're doing what we all said. Just do different characters and make them in the universe and tell a different story.
I can give you that. I mean, I can also say that. So for all those people, like Patrick included, that they had an established lore for a long time, right? So post, 1984, right? And they let all the people make their comic books and those books and the novels and all that stuff. They had a pretty extensive lore going on, within that universe.
Did you read stuff outside of the movies?
So,
There's 3 books that I read. What are they? Some people say that they're the official
7, 8,
7, 8, but they're
Yeah.
not. Okay.
Dark Apprentice and
Timothy Zahn.
Yep.
Yeah, or something like that.
Heir to the Empire.
Heir to the Empire. They're good, but
They're kind of like fanboy.
They're totally fanboy.
Yeah, they're sort of.
Yeah, and but it's a much better story than the garbage they came up with. But when it wasn't even when Disney bought them. It's when George sat down and said, "Okay, we're going to do 1, 2, and 3," and so everything etch a sketch it all out.
Nope.
So,
that shit was still canon until it was sold.
I don't know about the 3. No, I know the 3 books were not. The 3 books that I read, George Lucas specifically said, he's like, they're great books, you should go read them, but they're not part of the series anymore.
Well, no.
So I don't know about the rest of it.
Okay.
That's the only piece that I actually know.
Okay,
anything
all right.
about. Yeah. So.
But that is when the everything there was relegated to quote unquote the Legends line, and they said we're going to go ahead and rewrite our own canon. So there's a lot of this stuff that is, if you were part of that, and I had a couple of books. I read the same books that you did.
Yeah. I actually borrowed them from Brian at the airport.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I read them pretty fast.
And they're not
weren't
bad.
very big.
They weren't. They were quick reads, and there were a couple of things in there that were fun concepts and certain characters. Here's the thing: is those were the things that it was in those books. I remember the big controversy because George Lucas had rules in there for a long time. They worked on him and worked on him, and they finally let Chewbacca die.
Yeah, they did.
And that was a huge, huge deal.
Yeah, but that's why when he said, okay, we're going to do 3 more movies and an option maybe 3 more after that, these are etch a sketched out. So
Well, just so I'm talking about it, he was this was
George
something
Lucas?
Yeah, about 4 days ago.
he probably regrets that decision.
He was sad. He was
Yeah.
He explained why too. He was
Because he got paid a shitload.
it wasn't the paid a shitload thing. He said I'd finish these up, the 1, 2, and 3, and he didn't come in there and say and the reception wasn't what I thought it was. He didn't care. He was like, that's fine. He said, I'm 59 now. He's like, and I'm not in the greatest shape of my life.
He's 59?
No, when he was when he sold it.
Yeah, okay, God.
You're like, that dude's
I was like, what is it?
dinosaur.
Right. He's like, I'm 59 now. If I start these, the earliest I'll be done, I'll be 69. He's like, that is not how I want to finish out the rest of my life. And he said something to the tune of if I knew I'd live this long. And I think he just ended the sentence there. ...
I
did not want to see
He
these.
was famously disappointed with what they did to his movies because he gave them treatments and they said fuck all that. The controversy that's making me laugh so hard right now is Patrick has the Assassin's Creed controversy across your desk.
No, man, I'm watching games journalism do this around the toilet, and so I don't encourage it by clicking on it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the thing that has people up in arms is all right. So are you guys familiar with the series?
Yeah,
The movies?
I played 1.
Well, the games more so than anything else.
Oh, no. I've seen the movies. Well, some of them.
They're basically the same.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Well, all right. So they're going through different points in history, and you have these assassin things, and this going through. So they've been waiting a long time. They've been asking for a long time. It was do one in Japan. Okay. So they finally do one in Japan, and the main character in all of Japanese history is a real life character named Yasuke. You know what that is?
Huh.
The one black retainer that ever existed in Japanese history. So there are people saying like, well, you know, yay diversity, but then like everybody that's Japanese is like,
What the fuck?
they're like, you looked at our whole history. You looked at every Japanese person, said, fuck all that. And you went with this guy whose history is spotty at best. And you made him the main character. It's a woman, a Japanese woman, and a black guy. So, the thing where you're talking about watching games journalism do this.
Yeah.
So they're, of course, harping on the same nonsense
Of course they
as
are,
always.
Jeff.
Like,
Yeah.
guys, you're racist. And, you know, the Japanese are like, what represents it?
Fuck,
Like,
yeah,
fuck
exactly.
you!
Yeah, exactly. So that's okay. They've got Ghost of Tsushima, which is supposedly a way better game anyway. And so
Yeah.
yeah, I still haven't played it because I don't have a PlayStation account.
Oh, you can buy it on you can buy it on Steam.
Oh, you can
Yeah.
now. No,
Yeah.
for the longest time, you could buy it on Steam, but you still had to.
But
Sign
you don't want to, Patrick. You don't want to play that game though.
Why?
That game's fucking hard.
Oh, it's hard. Never mind. Does it have a journalisterism mode? You know?
Oh
Oh.
no. This is it's Patrick. It's from the same it's from the Dark Souls people.
Oh, never mind. I'm out. I can't play hard.
You're gonna die nonstop.
Yeah, no, I
It'll
can't.
piss you
Yeah, it
off.
totally pisses me off.
I mean, you could try it. You could try it. You might get into it.
I still got like not France and Italy to go through.
Oh my god.
And
Oh well,
which
you're
is-
still
yeah.
playing.
Mannered words.
Yeah.
I'm about. I think I'm about cash here.
You got cash on that?
I built a pretty big fucking army and just waffle stomped that guy. Yeah,
Will you do it again when the full version comes out?
absolutely. Especially if it fights back. And so
That's actually why I stopped, because I'm like, I'm getting into this, and I want to jump back into this when it's a full version.
there's gonna be a lot more stuff. In it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. The other thing that the well, let me see you try to defend this one. All right. So we've talked about you used that thing of like, you don't know why they're doing this. You don't know what the purpose is.
oh god, are we gonna do this?
Okay. Wait,
Are we gonna put up some guardrails here?
I'm happy.
Okay. All right.
I just have to ask you, what could be, aside from pandering, William, what could be the purpose, the story purpose, of making the new playable character in Justice League or Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League? What could be the story or narrative purpose of making the new playable character Mr. Freeze a trans person? Besides pandering. Because that's a true story.
It gets so cold that his dick fell off. So
I shit you not. The uniform has that baby blue, pink, and white design to it.
And it's the person. It's not a different person.
Uh,
It's Victor Freeze.
to my knowledge, yes. I don't. They have not presented it as being some other kind of
Like
other
maybe
freeze.
the wife froze.
Like
Like it's a
Nora
different
Freeze?
universe that the opposite person froze.
Doesn't appear that way.
Okay. But
And
we don't know.
more to
Maybe
the
that
point-
could be the story.
And more to the point, why would you include that over the character that people want to play as?
who do they want to play as?
The the cool one.
Oh,
You
this
know,
is a
the
game.
actual-
Oh, this is a game.
Yes.
So, oh, sorry. I thought it was a movie.
Maybe it's Nora Freeze.
Would you want to play as Nora Freeze over Victor Freeze, the cool one that people like?
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't played the game at all, so I don't really know. But,
All right. I appreciate your effort. I mean, I can see in your head like, nah.
I don't know. And like I said, just because they do it doesn't make it good. But I'm at least gonna give it a shot until seeing did they actually do it good or not. So that's what I'm saying with the Fantastic Four thing. It has every opportunity to be completely dumb and terrible.
Fair
and it was
enough,
a complete
yeah.
waste of effort. It could be cool. So until I see it, I can't comment directly against it.
But what you can comment on is what you have to surrender in order to make that happen.
All I can say is, if it is strictly switching to a transgender person, I don't really think you're pumping up your audience that much. So
No,
it doesn't seem...
They already lost $230 million on the project
Okay, so
When did it come out?
this year.
Oh, so it's already out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
This is the DLC.
Oh,
This is what they want to charge.
I did hear about this.
This is what they want to charge
this
more
is
people for.
what we needed to have happen so that these companies don't do this
stop doing
anymore.
this.
We need blatant examples of dollars lost so
Oh,
that
this is definitely it. Yeah.
stops.
Well, not just dollars lost, you also have to have dollars gained. And if you'd like to take a look at what was the Harry Potter game? Hogwarts Legacy?
Oh, Legacy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it made a mint.
Yeah.
It's a fun game too. So yeah.
So I think it's coming to a head here pretty soon.
The gaming stuff definitely is because we're 6 months away from AI generated games, so people just aren't going to play shit they don't want to play. So
Yeah, I feel like gatekeeping is going to be tougher than ever.
Jeff, I watch it every day on YouTube with movies and content that's generated with AI. It gets better every fucking day. So
Right.
I mean, it still has trouble. Like I saw Jurassic Park one the other day that was beautiful. Still has trouble generating like lip motion, slip syncing.
It has problems.
It's better than it was 3 weeks ago. Right. So I'm telling you, man, it's learning fast, and people just aren't going to pay for that shit. So because you're going to be able to get good stuff for free.
I don't know about free. All right, so let's imagine this for a
You're
second.
going to get it for free, man.
Well, no, let's imagine this for a second. All right. There was another revolution that was supposed to take place, right? With crowdfunding, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing is now I look back on that experiment, it didn't fail, right? But
very susceptible to grift. Yeah.
Right.
Very much so. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I'm wondering here is, let's say, for example, that you actually have a little AI assist or helper buddy, right? I feel like if you go in there with the full intention to say, like, hey, this is what I'm working on, right? I don't have to worry about what my programmer in Cairo is doing, right? I think I can actually meet these deadlines if you guys keep my lights on for 6 months.
Oh, you mean like crowdsourcing games and stuff?
Yeah, because people have promised it, but there's so much stuff like when you look at a studio that has 200 people and it fails to come out on time.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Or it fucks your game up completely, like Skylines too.
Right.
It's the biggest fucking studio out there.
Yeah, exactly. Or, if you're looking at a small studio and a person is like, well, actually, it's just up to me and the machine.
Yeah.
That, I feel like, has a better chance of actually being the idea that crowdsourcing was supposed to be.
I don't know if crowdsourcing really is going to play that much of a role in the future because everything's going to early access anyway now, and so
that's the model.
Yeah, it's kind of the meta. So it's you start working on a project and then you post some screens and stuff and you open your Steam, page and blah blah blah, and then you produce something that's like almost finished but not. So
you know what we used to call those back in the day? We used to call those bull shots because
you're right.
You remember how I remember the big I remember like in 2007 they posted these early pictures of what Madden 2008 was going to look like. And you could see like sweat like traveling in between the skin pores, right? And then in 2008 the same plastic people came out to
the exact same plastic people came in. Yeah. So they just put a couple camera stands on the sidelines. So.
You try and realize how ridiculous this is going to be. Do it, and that's not happening.
No.
What's funny is I don't think people would actually like a realistic game version of football.
It might. It just depends. Like, they push the boundaries on certain things. You don't realize that it's like, oh fuck, I need that. Until you actually see it. So like, there's that demo going on with that like ultra realistic shooter. Have you seen that?
Yes.
The minute I saw it, I was like, I want to fucking play that now. So
I understand.
yeah,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
like, okay, I also realize that that's tech that's in development. But if that's what's coming up next, great, sign me up. So, but if they did the same thing with the football game and it just blew your socks off with something that they did next week, that I mean it's a shooter. I mean, like, it's not that fucking hard to imagine it, but when you see something that looks like super realistic like that, it's like, oh, that's cool. Even though the fundamentals are exactly the same. So
No, I agree with you completely, right? It's just that if it came down to the nitty-gritty of playing realistic football,
yeah,
right, I don't think that they'd like it.
I don't know. I'd have to see it. So I'd have to see what they
Why
have in mind.
wouldn't you think?
Well, because I think most people like to be that I control all the things, and I get my 3/4 view kind of thing. I mean, if you're actually like you're quarterbacking from first person kind of thing,
Right.
I would love it.
See, I think a lot of people would.
would.
I think a lot of people would, but I don't think it would have the fan base.
I feel like they'd be two totally different markets. That's a good point. So I think there'd be people into that, but I think there's people that would basically like they'd want the NBA Jam version of that.
Yeah.
Well, that's a totally different game.
Yeah, it's totally different.
Right, but I think that's the hard part that Madden walks is walking that line between simulation and arcade. That
I think there's if they could make it where you could live your football dream.
I think
I think a lot of people would hate it.
I think
think they
some
would
people
hate
would
it.
like it. So I
I
think-
mean, you get to be the receiver. You're pushing the juke moves and actually like seeing things and then like turning your head. Like you're literally controlling each person, whichever position you wanted to play.
I don't think they'd like it. I think a lot of people wouldn't like
God.
it. Well, okay,
I think enough people would like it to make it commercially viable.
I think it would be niche. Okay, so let me give the example I can give about like improved matchmaking, right? So in like shooters, the thing that they've been doing is basically matching you against equal skill people.
Oh, I hate that.
And they
so
hate
much. I do hate
They
that.
hate it because they don't want the shooting to be more realistic or to be more difficult, right?
Yeah.
They want to waffle stomp people,
Yeah.
right? And I think if you're playing a realistic simulation where, number one, you have to be like, wait, so I'm only going to get 2.5 yards on this down. The running is tough. I can't actually see the receiver, so I don't know where they are on the map, right? That are on the field. I think there'd be a lot of people that they're like, fuck, this is too hard for me. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm sure there'd be a lot of people who didn't like it. I think that you could still make a really great game.
I think it would be a sweet game. I think that would be a game that you would be sweating while you play it.
Sure. There's a war game that they came out with a couple of years ago that was really interesting because everybody's like, oh, this is going to be the coolest thing ever, and then when it came out, everybody's like, this fucking sucks, I hate it.
What was it?
So it was this game where you actually play as a commander and you're in a tent and you've got a radio. And you call your guys, and, hey, what are you guys doing? And you actually use your speaking
Oh,
voice.
yeah.
And you issue commands and orders, and then you take your little marker on the map and you go over there and you draw your little lines because this is where my guys are, and then you ask them for reports. Oh, we got 3 men down, blah, 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 and stuff that's like really intense. But you're in a tent.
Right.
And so, but like all these people say, that's exactly what it's like. So
Right.
that's exactly what it means to be a battalion commander. So like you don't get to sit there and helicopter over everything at
Right.
quarter view
Right.
and tell this guy to move over there and that guy to move over there. You make decisions based on limited information.
But-
People are like, "Fuck, I hate this."
So-
But some people love that too.
But you could easily
Yeah.
do it where, because like in Madden right now, you can choose like how fast you want the play clock to be, how
Yeah.
Sure.
so that you're controlling how many plays. So you could easily be like, okay, this is 3rd and 1. I want to control my running back from the first person view.
Okay.
This is this play. I want to zoom into this particular thing because this play is so important.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if they don't, if it doesn't go that way in some respects sometime. So
The problem I have with that, and again, I like that idea, right? Where you accept that certain things are out of your control, right? But take a look at the average person. Like, if it's 3rd and 1, they're saying, I'm going to play the running back, right? You have to also accept that you might get stopped for a loss because your blockers don't block.
That still happens.
yeah, that's all.
I understand that, but people get mad at that. It's like, this is not my fault. I ran the way I did. Stupid line fell apart, right? There are people, it's like when Patrick and I joke about the CK2, right? There are people that hate the random events that happen. Can't
It's so
stand it.
fun, man.
Can't stand it. I think it's super fun, right? But there's a lot of people who's like, this shit doesn't happen in these games. I'm playing that.
Well, there's a lot of people when they play games, they're absolute fucking control freaks over everything. You know, I mean, Dota, there you go, Jeff. And so, I mean, you know, to the point in time where you're doing, what, 8 calculations per second or whatever it is. And so, something ridiculous.
I don't think you're doing your brain any favors at that point.
I think you're actively shaving years off your life. Or adding more diaper years. You know?
Well, I can understand that. And the game you're talking about, Will, I think would be dope. That'd be the version. Actually, I'd want to play them both.
I'd want to play a baseball game like that.
I'd want to play a baseball game like that too.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But there are plenty of people out there who's like, I would never play a real baseball game.
Yeah.
It's too boring.
But see, here's the thing: it's with AI and your one little dude who's got an AI buddy helper, and whatever you want is, you know, it's going to be available in like 5 years. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
the days of like EA, we produced the football game, and so this is the football. That's fucking done.
Well, it's not true because they still have the license.
Well, fine, okay, so it's not called NFL. So you know, all right,
They've tried that.
okay. Well,
I'm with you.
I'm-
The license moves a lot, though.
Yeah, that's fine. So, but still, at the same point in time, I mean, I'm sure you could find a fucking high school football game. That'd be just as much fun. So, in some respects, you know. So,
I wouldn't play it.
That's
that's
I need it to be
you need it to be that
my
one.
NFL.
What if it
I
was?
need to play my Broncos.
What if it was all these things that you want in a game except for that?
I need to play my Broncos.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So there you
A
go.
lot of people are like that, man.
But like, I get it. But still, at the same point in time, I mean, I can just see it. I mean, if you look at the number of uploads that go up to Steam every single day now, okay, so the fucking days of, you know, big titles releasing 2 or 3 things a year and everybody playing the same fucking games, that's done. So because it's just like there's going to be so much available, it's ridiculous. And so,
Did you know that like 30% of the Steam market
Yeah.
is these weird kind of like softcore pornographic
Yes.
text adventure kind
Yes.
of games
Yeah. Yeah.
that nobody sees,
No.
but the people that are into them are into them?
Yeah, you have to opt into that part of Steam, but it's there. So yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's
yeah.
it's like a third of the market.
Huh?
They make them for pennies. Well, so I found out what they do. It really comes out from like one company, right?
Yeah.
So that thing that you were talking about, where you know, like all these little guys like this, what they do is there's like one company that basically they see people that have games that have promise,
Yep.
buy those up,
Yep.
and then finish those up with their, you know, halfway erotic, you know, stuff.
I've seen them do that with,
Fascinating.
like, not even that stuff, but I've seen that happen with a couple train games over the years. And so where all of a sudden it's like one of them starts getting a little bit of juice behind it, and it's in early access or something like this. Sometimes it's just in the planning stages, okay? But if enough people go up there and give that thing a like or a follow or what is it, you know, and you get notifications when, you know, they do releases and stuff.
I don't
What
know.
is
I
that
never
called?
do that on there.
I do that all the time, man. And so it's not called a notification.
That's the wish list or something.
Wish
like
list.
that.
Thank you. Yeah. If you put something on the wish list, and then you can see that there's a game out there that's got like a couple thousand people who say yes, I'll play this game. Get snapped up by somebody, they'll take it, they'll put it, you know, like through, you know, proper testing. They'll, you know, do the code review. They'll put some fancy graphics on, and they'll release it. So, and they'll make, you know, I mean, they'll get a couple thousand sales, but when they're $30 a piece. So, I mean, if you can do that in 6 weeks. There you go, man.
Well, dude, I mean, it's the
And now AI is going to do it.
hey, dude, they're gonna do it with movies too.
Dude,
no matter how much they fight it, they're gonna do it.
They're
with
going to
movies.
totally do it with movies. No, see, that's what's getting. So games won't be free, but I bet you movies will be free soon. So, you know, because they're not going to compete for dollars, they're going to compete for views, just like fucking YouTube. So,
Well, you mean in terms of like an advertising revenue model?
I don't even think they'll do any revenue on it, man. So, you know,
Nah, you got to keep the lights on.
well,
Somehow.
you get a slice of the subscription service. So,
Well,
yeah.
that's the model then. Is subscription.
Right, yeah, but that's not an advertising. Like, you know, hey, let's drink Coke.
Hey, dude.
Hey, they might go back to that. You never know.
The half of the streaming services now do ads.
That's right. That's because, you know, everybody got really good at blocking the ads. So, what was it? Like YouTube the other day was like, if you use an ad blocker now, it just
kicks you to the end.
fast forwards your video all the way to the end. Yeah, I know, man. So,
This is not the YouTube we knew, man.
it is not, bro. Yeah, it is not.
And this, you know, what's funny too is like, there's been so many things that have come out that just make you wonder and say like, little transgressions like this, okay, within most other markets, right? There would have already been another version of like, I'm going to make my own YouTube with blackjack and
With
hookers,
blackjack and hookers.
right?
Yeah, they tried that.
But they just have not. Nobody has managed to blackjack and hooker the fucking YouTube. They can't do it.
I tried. There was one that I tried. What was it?
Like Dailymotion has been trying to fight that for years. It's not in there.
There was another one that's supposed to be like the Freedom YouTube.
Right.
What's it called? So I downloaded it and I tried using it for a little bit because it's not supposed to filter shit and doesn't block stuff, and it sucks. It's terrible. So I don't know what to tell you. It's the exact same layout, format. Everything works the same as YouTube, but it's just terrible. There's
The
no
content.
the content is awful. So it is just full of assholes who, you know, like, that and like car crash videos. So it's have a little soft spot for.
But that's the thing.
though. But you know,
You have a place to go for that
I
already.
do have a place to go for that already.
I have my bookmarks for that.
Yeah, but it was just it's Rumble. That's what it is. It's Rumble.
Oh, you're just calling out Rumble.
That's what it was. Rumble fucking sucks. It's terrible, man. It's full of jerks. So yeah. You know, and I went over there to follow. I think it was Glenn Greenwald that went over there. So I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. And then I was like, wait a minute, you're an asshole too. So, and oh my god, everybody in here is already an asshole. It was like, let me see. It's like there's no cooking videos here. You know,
No, Patrick.
it's all about First Amendment stuff and guns and you know, yeah.
No, Rumble. Okay, Rumble is it's like the teacups at like fucking Disneyland, and you've got the thing here. It says, you must have this much of a persecution complex to ride this ride.
That is correct.
That
Yeah.
is Rumble.
That is Rumble.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to feel like your basic attitude has to be like, everyone is out to get me. I have been fighting under the regime for
Right.
so long. I have so many battle scars. I have
Yes.
PTSD.
Yes.
Let's talk about, freedom and what he who shall not be named is doing over there.
Oh my
right?
God, yeah.
They fucking Voldemort all the other services. Like they just like, that other video service, they do things differently, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a little bit whack. Yeah. And in other markets, because like you sit there and look at it, you say like, how did all those like Ericsson and like Nokia phones end up getting dunked out of the market, right?
Right.
It just happened. It's like these guys don't offer enough stuff. The competition like beat it up. YouTube just didn't get that. And now they're in a point which is weird because evidently nobody's really making money over there unless you are
You got to be
that guy.
enormous. So you got to, well, there's a couple ways to do it. Number one is you got to niche down to a point in time where you're actually delivering value. So if you're like, if you're like personal finance advice or something on that, you can make money. Okay. If you like a cooking show, you're good at it, you can make money. Okay.
right.
But if you've got a gamer channel, you better have 15 million subscribers.
Well, and even the cooking people, it's like you can have that, but just realize there's only going to be 4 of you that have it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Because there's just not that much room. You'd think with infinite space it would work, but it doesn't.
No, because like in any kind of niche or genre like that, that's big enough like that. Yeah, you get muscled up by the big. Like I mean, that's how Mr. Beast got so big. He's just basically a fucking game show. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and it's like that's the perfect formula.
The more I look at him,
Yeah.
the more I don't like his face. It's his teeth.
It's
his teeth.
He does have kind of jagged teeth. Yeah.
It's weird. It makes me uncomfortable every time I see it.
The shows are good though.
His shows aren't bad.
And you know what? And that's the thing. I won't pick on him because all he's doing is philanthropy.
Yeah, he does a lot of it. He gets in trouble for it over
It's
and over.
bizarre.
It's bizarre.
The fact that people go out there and like pick on his ass, it's like, well, you give $5 million to this. What are you doing for Palestine? It's like fucking nothing.
Like they're nothing.
And that's how it's gonna stay.
Right? Yeah. Oh, dude, that's just.
I wish I had more middle fingers to give you. You're like, go fuck yourself. Like, oh my god.
Oh my! That is the stupidest part of the internet right now, man. I can't do it anymore.
Well,
I can't do it anymore, Jeff. I had to scrub like 10 or 15 people from my subscriptions
Just because of the Palestine thing.
yes, they're all over there because it's getting clicks, and I'm like, if you guys fucking actually believe this, I unsubscribe. And if you don't believe this and you're just doing it for clicks, I also unsubscribe.
triple unsubscribe. Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
This is fucking 1988 pulling the cord out of the wall on you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So does your subscription really feel like power?
Only in the corniest, lamest way. Like,
No.
like only when you're parting with someone that's been with you for a while, right? Where you feel like, I've been subscribed to you
since you were
for
a baby.
9 years.
Yeah. So
You have gone too far, Mr. Beast, and I'm gone now.
Do
Goodbye.
you have, like, when you choose to subscribe to somebody, like, does it feel like you have to knock someone off? Or
Me personally, yes.
No.
He doesn't. This dude treats his fucking like his
it's
email
a fucking
inbox.
Rolodex.
Yeah, that he never cleans out. I am on the other hand. It's like, ooh, somebody gotta go.
No, man. I have hundreds and hundreds of.
oh, really?
I do.
So if they're kind of good, you're like, all right,
Yeah,
let's see
that's
what you got
fine.
next.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, like I do that, and I ring the bell. Okay, so when they pull something new, it's like great. Okay, so what do you got? And I like the people who post like once a week or once a month or once every couple months. Because like they'll do like little documentaries or travel blogs or whatever. Just kind of like neat stuff. It's the ones who like. I can't do any news shows anymore because if you subscribe to any of that, you get fucking bombarded with that shit all goddamn day. So because they cut everything cut down to like 6-minute sections now. So and it's like, okay, this is lame. So, and so in that case it's like, no, it's not worth it, because if I open up my YouTube homepage at the beginning of the day when you got work to do or something like that, and the top 10 videos are your fucking shorts, you're done. You're out. I don't care how cool you are. Stop fucking up my feed, because I just use this as basically a TV generator.
So yeah, take the. I know exactly what you mean, because so when you used to sit down at 5 o'clock with Peter Jennings and you'd watch ABC World News Tonight, right? Yep. All right. What they do is over the course of 30 minutes, they would handpick what seemed to be the biggest stories and walk them over through in a minute.
Yeah.
Take that motto and take that person's news segment, okay, divide it into 5-6 minute clips and present them 14 times a day.
Yes.
And keep in mind, every video, it's not like the news where he comes in and says, like, I'm Peter Jennings, I'm better than you, right? Every video is a video, right? So every time they pop, it's like, what up, guys? This is News Jones.
Oh, is it AI voice too?
There are some people that use the corny AI voice. Yeah.
voice.
And they have to do the introduction. It's like, hey, before we get started, I need to talk to you guys about Raid Shadow Legends. And then you're going to get into it. And they're gonna,
Shark.
it's like, been with NordVPN a long time, guys. Got a lot to say. This one's being brought to you by Helix Mattresses. Right? And you sit there and you take the most annoying thing about the news, do it 14 times. It's all just like,
insufferable, man. It's absolutely awful.
and this is why, like, instead of him, like, what I'll do is, if somebody throws up an interesting video that I think that there'll be more of, I'll subscribe. And so the next time something pops up from that dude, I'll watch it.
Yep.
If I don't like it, it's gone.
You unsubscribe from him?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause,
okay.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm stupid with YouTube. I'm going to tell you why. Because, like, the best way I can say this is, let's pretend that I want to get something to eat tonight. I want Taco Bell.
Okay.
I don't want to get Taco Bell. I want something sort of like organically to walk me to that, right? I want the system to come up with something interesting that I wouldn't have expected, but it has to be within the parameters of what I want,
Right.
but still surprise me.
Yeah. So tacos, but not the bell. So, right.
Ultimately, it should walk me to Taco Bell, right? But it can't. It has to be organic. This is the best example I can give.
I a sign that just slaps you in the
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
There's nothing that's like, I want it to surprise me. I want this to come out of nowhere. That's the joy of it.
French guy is suddenly eating Taco Bell, and you're like,
Oh,
I do want Taco Bell.
Yes, but do that with every form of film criticism, whatever it is. That's how it works.
Criticism anymore.
That's what I'm looking for, and I don't want it to be contrived or anything like that. And it's weird because I expect YouTube to do this for me.
Yeah, it's just math.
See, I haven't hit subscribe on anything yet, but there have been some that I've watched, and I'm like, well, I want to know what you're going to do next, but I haven't hit subscribe to anyone yet.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't cost you anything.
No, it's free.
Yeah, but it just doesn't feel.
I just use it as like it's like signing up for mail. It's like you got something new, and
But
then
you hate mail.
well, I throw it all out, but it's like you still want to see if someone wants to buy my house.
You know what it is? You know what it is? You know what that is? It's not that. It's like, you don't want to go, right? Mm-hmm. But you want to be asked.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. You're not going to this concert, but you want to be asked.
No. I treat the algorithm much differently than that. Yeah. So, literally, I don't do the search function that you do. I don't like being surprised by shit. In fact, it pisses me off. All right, when someone comes out with something that is like, oh, you presented yourself this way, but you're actually this dude. Okay? Fuck off. Unsubscribe. All right. In fact, here's a thumbs down on the way out.
Oh,
I don't like that, and I don't like it
What
when
are the thumbs down? Like, how much does it take to like negative? No, okay.
it doesn't do it. Yeah, I mean, if like we get on our channel, if anybody's giving us that, you can turn them off. So,
Well, here's the thing:
so you
they're all
don't even
hidden
see
anyway.
them.
Oh, what's
Now
that?
they're all hidden anyway. Now I have the extension that shows them,
Yeah.
right? But the thumbs down are by nature hidden.
You can show them on your channel.
There you go.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. You can go in your channel settings and say, yeah, I don't mind people seeing my thumbs down. So
I know on the base level they're not there.
no, on the base level, no. If you just set up any good old YouTube channel, like just fresh out of the box factory settings, it will not display those. There is a setting in YouTube, though, when you're setting up your channel, you can go down there, you can display dislikes, and it'll actually show. So,
And you can turn comments off.
you can definitely turn comments off. And they're not too busy fucking deleting them anyway. So,
Well, that's usually how you can tell if a movie trailer is getting its shit pushed in, is did they turn comments off or not?
Oh,
depends. I mean, there's some other things that get the comments shut off because it's full of bad people, Joe.
It does, but, say for example, they turned off comments on Black Little Mermaid real fast.
They did.
They turned off comments on...
but is that because they got so many bad,
No, as a matter
horrible
of fact,
people?
It might have been
comments?
prophylactic.
as a matter of fact, it's like, say, for example, Ghostbusters 2016.
Yeah.
What they did was they deleted good comments and left bad comments because they were farming that for engagement.
Oh, that's dirty.
Gotcha.
That's a true story.
Yeah.
There were good comments for it,
Yes, by like...
so they had to filter out like 5.
Well, so just...
It was a quick session.
They just basically looked and they were like, how much of this traffic came from Reset Era, and if it came from there, basically they'd leave it on. It's like, oh no, this is fantastic. This is why this is exactly like the old one. You're yeah. They did that shit.
Gotcha.
That's a true story.
Huh.
Yeah, and this is why, even if somebody came out there and said, like, I'm a quadrillionaire, I'm going to put together the YouTube Buster, right? I've heard all the complaints. I've put together a package that will destroy it. I still probably couldn't be bothered to cross the street to check it out.
No. It's already on this side, and I don't want to make a left-hand turn across traffic.
Yeah, that's exactly it, man. It's even
I know
if
it's a
easier
penny
for me to
cheaper
get
over
to.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's okay. So this is where I've got all my diamond shamrock points.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's the same thing. Like, I've wondered at times. I'm like, why don't I just switch browsers? Well, that's because Google remembers all my crap, and there's lots of stuff that I use that instead of putting in passwords, it says sign in with Google.
Oh yeah.
Right?
There's a lot of stuff that do.
That's like that. My whole job does that now.
Yeah.
Right. And it's either sign in with Google or some other weird application. I can't remember what it is. It's like Whatdelinger or whatever. I don't know. There's always another option that I never know what it is. Like in the same thing where it's like, oh, do you want to get paid with PayPal or Whatdelinger or whatever? It's some other thing that I've never heard of in my life. Like people get money through this. Yeah, I don't know, but whatever the second option is, it always freaks me out.
Yeah.
All right.
Whatdelinger.
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 Dude, don't act like you don't know. It's the same thing. Like whenever you see that Amazon alternative, you're like,
I've gotten ambushed by that motherfucker a couple times.
that's what I'm talking
Hate that.
about. Yeah.
Absolutely hate that. I was like, wait a minute, this is Amazon. So
And I'm not even talking Alibaba because you take your Briscoe there on
there's
that.
another
But
one. No, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I might as well buy stuff off the Silk Road. So
the fucking flea market.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, this was used, man.
That's what came up. Yeah, that's right. That was the thing.
Those comments are definitely turned off.
But what was used? What was it that we? It was used, but what was it that was used? I forget.
Oh, well, from the movie?
Not from the movie. We
Okay.
used that like we weren't buying it new.
This is used, man.
Yeah, what was that?
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, $10 million. That's new.
Right, but what was it?
I don't remember.
Oh, was that where they were negotiating for like old military shit?
Yeah, we were gonna sell like, submarines to Australia. Yeah,
Oh, right.
right, that's right.
Okay.
10
all right,
billion.
all right.
That's new. This is
used. All right.
All right.
All right.
I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey.
I'm hitting the button.
Okay.